Hello, welcome to my channel Reddit, and now we're talking about what book would you recommend to people who haven't finished a book since high school. I recently picked up reading as a quarantine hobby after not reading a book for fun since probably middle school. I realized quickly that the reason I all thought I hated reading was because other people were telling me what to read, and it was usually subjects that didn't interest me at all. I thought about which non-book things I enjoy reading and realized I have an easy time getting completely engrossed in Wikipedia articles, AskReddit threads, and blog posts about unresolved mysteries, paranormal events, survival and nature stories, so I bought a few books that fit into those common themes. And it's been great. This probably isn't a lot for some people, but since March I have finished 5 books, up from 0 for the 10-50 years prior. I think if you think about like this, you'll have a much easier the time finding a book for yourself, but just looking up bestsellers in the categories that you decide interests you. In case you're also interested in my themes, I've written loved Into the Wild, Dead Mountain, the untold true story of the Dyatlov Pass incident, 138 Days, an extraordinary true story of survival at sea, The Road, Between a Rock and a Hard Place. Hope this is helpful to somebody. The Road is so heavy, it stayed with me longer than anything else I've read. I really dug it. It was not fun, of course, but was really easy to read yet engaging. Jurassic Park. I know reading books after seeing the movies can sometimes be dull, but the book is so way darker than the movie. Muldoon driving around drunk as fuck on whiskey, swearing like a sailor, and blowing up dinners with the rocket launcher, for example. This is one case where I couldn't actually tell you which was better, movie or book, but it was also a case of where they changed so much and it still works for both. I won't spoil it, but different characters live in a book that die in a movie and vice versa, and a few characters have radically different personalities, but I will still highly recommend both reading the book and watching the movie. Honestly, most Mikhail Crichton books would be a good suggestion for someone trying to get back into reading. Congo, Sphere, Timeline, Prey, almost all his books have an unbelievable sense of pacing. Very exciting and easy to read writing style. Can't go wrong here. The Andromeda Strain is my favorite of his books. It's one of my favorites too. It was actually one of his early books. Crazy it came out in 1968. Crichton was in his 20s in med school at Harvard when he wrote that book. What's even crazier is that Andromeda Strain was his 6th book. He had 3 come out in 1096 alone. The guy was a machine. I love Sphere. Was so disappointed with the movie. I remember that was the first book that I literally could not put down. I think I was 12 or 30. It terrified and intrigued me more than anything I had ever read. Any book by John Ronson. He's a journalist who dives into cults, psychopaths, politics, and other interesting stuff. Really accessible writing style. Also, he sneaks into the Bohemian Grove with Alex Jones and Joey Rogan. It's funny as fuck. I forget which book it is in. I got it wrong, he was just with Alex Jones. I don't know why I thought he was with Rogan. I think he tells it's one Rogan podcast and before Alex Jones got famous in a book The Secret Rules of the World. His writing style is interesting. He doesn't tell you what to think, he basically describes his investigative journey and his thoughts along the way. It's non-fiction that feels almost like fiction. World War Z. Lots of shared stories that tie into the greater story. I legally downloaded it when I was really poor and liked it too much. I brought it out of appreciation. Edit creator. Second edit, not correcting spelling, whatever I do what I want. The Princess Bride. It's a delightful read, it's easy and everyone I know that has read it has absolutely loved it. I recommend it to several friends, including like 8 people in a workbook club, and again 100 and 100 across the board. I love that so many people agree. Thanks for the words. It's a wonderful book and wonderful movie. The Color of Magic. Discworld has got me back into reading again. Thank you for watching my video, and please subscribe me and enjoy watching more and more. Bye bye.